Hello, welcome to the video, welcome to JH Reviews. I finally caught up on The Boys that has now come to an end, and the question here is, did it end on a high, and was I satisfied with the conclusion? Well, let's review the series and find out, and don't worry, there are no spoilers ahead. Let's go.
Those who seek to destroy me, the non-believers and backstabbers.
The Boys is a dark, satirical superhero series that follows a group of vigilantes determined to expose and bring down Vought International, the powerful corporation responsible for creating and controlling superheroes. Rather than portraying heroes as noble defenders of justice, the series presents many of them as corrupt, egotistical celebrities driven by power, money, and public image. Along the way, the show tackles themes such as corporate greed, political manipulation, media influence, and celebrity worship, all wrapped in a brutal and often outrageous parody of the superhero genre. Season 5 serves as the culmination of the entire story. Billy Butcher reunites with the Boys for one final mission to stop Homelander's growing reign of power. Armed with a virus capable of killing Supes, Butcher finally believes he has a weapon that can end the threat once and for all. However, Homelander's discovery of a powerful version of Compound V threatens to change everything. As both sides race towards the endgame, old alliances are tested, difficult choices are made, and years of conflict finally come to a head. I'll never forget my introduction to the series. I remember thinking, a new superhero show, let's give it a go. And the first few minutes of episode 1 happened, and I quickly realised what kind of show I was getting myself into. From that moment on, I was hooked, and it quickly became one of my favourite shows. But how did it land? Look, there are a lot of characters and 5 seasons worth of storytelling, so I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts. I think it's incredibly difficult to end a popular series. There really is no win-win. Some people will love it and others won't. Personally, I had a different expectation of how I thought the ultimate showdown would play out. That being said, I found the conclusion to most of these characters tragic, poetic, and even ironic. I genuinely liked how almost every major character's story came to an end, bar one, Soldier Boy. But I'll leave that there because I don't want to get into spoilers or anything like that. I guess in my head I pictured Homelander going absolutely berserk before the final showdown. Instead, it was a much smaller scale fight. But when I really thought about it afterwards, it didn't actually need to be that way. Not everything has to end with some huge Marvel style battle. I did feel like the show at times forgot that it was ending. It took its time getting to the conclusion, and I would have liked a little bit more suspense leading into the end of this entire story. Just a little bit more anticipation for what all these characters had been building towards. Quickly talking about the characters, when I look back, it's amazing how far so many of them have come, for better or worse. One of my favourite character arcs throughout the entire series has been A-Train's. What a complete 180. Sometimes you feel like certain characters are beyond redemption, but he genuinely redeemed himself. MM has been an absolute legend throughout. Huey went through absolutely everything. Kimiko remained one of my favourites. Starlight, I struggled with from time to time. And Ashley actually surprised me by the end. I also really like the parallel between Butcher and Homelander. As the series went on, you could see that Butcher was becoming everything he essentially hated. Anthony Starr and Carl Urban were simply fantastic throughout the series, especially Anthony Starr as Homelander. He's become iconic in this role, spawned countless memes, and genuinely deserves awards for that performance. It was phenomenal. On the negative side, I was a little bit disappointed with how little they used the Gen V characters. I know there were already a lot of characters to juggle, but I felt like they teased us with Marie playing a much bigger role in taking down Homelander. I also felt like the shock factor wasn't quite the same this season. What once constantly surprised me and caught me off guard wasn't quite there anymore. For me, it felt like the show had reached the right time to end. Overall, I actually really appreciate that this season felt like a genuine conclusion rather than setting up a load of endless spin-offs. Yes, we've got a prequel coming in the future, but this story felt complete. The Boys will go down as one of the best modern TV shows. I feel like we've genuinely been on a journey with these characters. We've had iconic moments, brilliant action, hilarious comedy, and unforgettable performances. It's definitely a series I'll come back to in the future, and one I'll continue to recommend to people. Here are my ratings for the show. The Boys is a mostly satisfying farewell. I rate the overall series an 8 out of 10. Season 5 gets a 6 out of 10 for me. I think the show ended in a way that felt right. I can't say I was completely satisfied with everything, and I do think the build up to the finale could have been more suspenseful. But the conclusions for the majority of the characters were bittersweet, satisfying, and mostly wrapped up really well. Special mention is the cast, 9 out of 10. Homelander and Butcher were the obvious standouts. Absolutely legendary performances. There were so many memorable performances across the entire cast, with only 1 or 2 characters that didn't quite land for me. So that's my review on The Boys. Have you seen it? If so, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you're new here, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. It would mean a lot. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.